So there's a potential link between BPA and autism spectrum disorder. There are multiple human observational studies that suggest a connection between maternal BPA levels and an increased risk of neurodevelopmental disorders, including autism spectrum disorder. For example, one study from Harvard School of Public Health found that higher BPA levels in pregnant women were associated with behavioral problems in their children, particularly boys. So these included issues like anxiety, aggression, impaired social functioning. These are traits that overlap with autism spectrum disorder symptoms. Another large cohort study followed pregnant women and their children over several years and found that higher maternal BPA exposure during pregnancy was associated with poor neurodevelopmental outcomes in children, including several behavioral problems. And again, these effects were more pronounced in boys. While the study didn't specifically diagnose autism, the behavioral impacts they observed align again with traits that are seen in autism spectrum disorder. There's also a meta-analysis that reviewed several studies on maternal BPA exposure and neurodevelopment. And although it didn't conclusively prove a direct link to autism, it did find consistent evidence that prenatal BPA exposure increased the risk of behavioral issues like hyperactivity and inattention, which are common in children with autism spectrum disorder and also other neurodevelopmental disorders. And when you pair that with the animal data, it becomes harder to ignore this potential connection. Animal studies have consistently shown that BPA exposure during pregnancy causes offspring to have deficits in social behaviors, increased anxiety, and altered brain structure in key areas like the prefrontal cortex and hippocampus, the same brain areas that's affected in humans with autism.